What's up, guys? My name's Chaotic, back at you guys the word today, coming at you guys with a video about reviewing FXE, FLUOREXETAMINE. Last time I had this was fucking 2 years ago. It's been a while since I've had this, and from what I remember, this mostly feels like ketamine except with a little more euphoria and energy. So basically it has a little more mania to it than ketamine. It's mostly a downer kind of feeling dissociative, and honestly, you guys all should try it if you've never tried it before. And I'm going to tell a story about the time I actually got my first batch of this stuff. It was kind of dirty. It wasn't even clear. And it actually had a cut in it, 82 PV. So this was actually a cathinone. So it had like 10% cut cathinone inside FXE. I don't know why, but basically later on this guy had a cleaner version of it. So yeah, it was basically a really interesting start to this chemical. And I actually got another batch of it that didn't have the 82 PV, and basically it was a lot more cleaner, had white crystals, and that's what I'm looking for when it comes to dissociatives, because anything else other than that is most likely cut to shit. So yeah, be mindful what you're taking, okay? And yeah, basically keep your dissociative use also to a minimum, because it's not really good on your bladder, other stuff on your body, but other than that, should be pretty good. Right into the FXE. So FXE is really interesting. I guess it's supposed to be related to MXC, but since there's no MXC anymore, really, and it's really ultra rare. So honestly, if anybody has it still, y'all are lucky, because I've always wanted to try it ever since I got into RCs. So FXC is probably the closest I'm ever gonna get to trying MXC, and MXC is just the bomb. Okay, from what I've heard. Okay, I already know. Apparently, because everyone raves about it and shit. But anyways, so yeah, FXE just felt really warm. Okay, it's not that long acting. I think it only lasts up to 4 hours. So it's actually perfect. If you're trying to get like a little quick session in, maybe you're getting busier later on that day, and it's gonna reset your basically stress or depression levels, and it's also gonna help you, just feel a lot better. It's also gonna take your pain away. It's going to make you feel a little more energetic than ketamine. So where ketamine would be like more tranquilizing, this stuff isn't as tranquilizing. So definitely the best kind of chemical to use, but, not abuse. Let's get into the euphoria here. So the drug feels pretty damn good, okay? It's got the warm, euphoric high, right? And this high is, all-encompassing, basically. So you feel it from your head to your toes, you feel it all over, and it takes away pain as well. It's actually really muscle relaxing. And basically it's going to make you feel like you are, just in a warm stream floating down the river. It's going to make you feel super cozy. You might even fall asleep possibly, but honestly, it's a little energizing. It's not really going to make you do that. 3-HO-PCP probably would, but not a low dose. But really any dissociative in a low dose is pretty stimulating. But I'm talking about like a high dose. So like a high dose of this stuff, it definitely was feeling a lot like 3-FL-PCP. And it was actually feeling a lot like, I think, 3-CL-PCP at certain moments. So like almost like a mix between both. It was even like, completely pure. Like I said, it had some cut in it. But honestly, you didn't feel it. So what I've read about that, the reason why this cut was inside of it was because it had to use cathinone as like the substitute to help synthesize it. It's so odd. I don't know why they did that. So all the new batches this RC vendor got, he had to actually purify. So he had to acetone wash them and clean them because it had that cut in it. And people really didn't want to buy that stuff. But, of course I did, because I really wanted to try it. It had, I think, just came out. It was fairly new 2 years ago. And yeah, it was just really interesting, okay? I really got to give it to FXE, man. But other than that, yeah, it felt awesome, okay? Basically, it was a trip. A fucking trip. Because I remember I had to take like 50 milligrams of this stuff because it was a little underweight. Like, it wasn't that potent for 50 milligrams. And yeah, I just felt a lot more light on it. And I think that was probably that little cathinone stimulant. It actually added a energetic high to the dissociativeness. So I don't think I ever got to experience the chemical in its full light. you know, because most of my experiences are really baked with the stimulant. So all I know is that it's a little more stimulating, you know, than ketamine, but it's pretty up to par with ketamine. It's fluorinated. You'd have to try, you'd have to know, and honestly, you should, because it is one of the top chemicals that there is right now out there. I see it readily available, so honestly, you guys should be able to find it. If not, you know, too bad. I mean, honestly, there's no linking in the description, so you guys are just gonna have to get your own sources. So back to the story. Fluorexetamine is the best if you want to get high, if you want to mix it with like shrooms, for instance, because both of those are pretty close in duration, and if you want to mix it with that, you're gonna be really good. So FXE gets the plus from me. Basically, yeah, try it, man. There's really nothing much to it other than that. Now, FXE was pretty fucking not that potent. Like, I would say my 2FDCK right now is more potent than FXE, and I don't know what that's due to, and that's not even that potent. So yeah, like I said, I didn't get to really try it that often. I think I only got it like twice, and other than that, like, I was already kind of done experimenting with dissociatives around the time because I couldn't find any new ones, and I've actually never found any new one except 2FDCK recently. So it took me almost 2 years to acquire a new dissociative RC analog because they're pretty rare. Like nowadays, like I haven't never really tried the ones that came out when everything all first came out, all those new RCs. I never was around. I was too young. Man, I wish I was sometimes, because I really missed out on the start of the RC era where you could have gotten everything over the ClearNet, and I totally missed that out. You know, I mean, like, I can't believe at one point you could have done that. Even in the US, you could have legally ordered those RCs. Like, I am pissed, actually. But, you know, it's all good. It's all good. It kind of makes it kind of fun now. It's a little, like, fucking Easter egg hunt trying to find these RCs nowadays. And when you find one again, you're like, hell yeah. Like, recently, I just discovered 5-MeO-MIPT. Again, I finally found it after 3 fucking years. See how long this shit takes? So I'm about to order this shit and test it out. And honestly, I'm going to do a fucking video smoking that shit, because I got the freebase form of 5-MeO-MIPT. Stay tuned, my friends. Stay tuned, because you guys are going to see me having fun. And I might do it on my Kick live stream as my first live stream video, smoking some of that. Trying 5-MeO-MIPT, just so we're clear. I'm going to try it on video. I'm going to try it. I really want to see what is in store, and it'd be interesting for a video. It's kind of like smoking 5-MeO-DMT, except without the DMT part. Gonna be fun, and honestly, it is the most euphoric entactogen I've ever had. Like, honestly, it kind of almost puts 2CB to shame. It almost feels a little better than 2CB. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is, but honestly, they're all both like really similar. Like 2CB, 5-MeO-MIPT, like where 2CB falls short, 5-MeO-MIPT comes up, right? But where 5-MeO-MIPT falls short, 2CB comes up. So they both piggyback on, you know, how great their effects are. Like 5-MeO-MIPT is a little more, what is it called? Like horny inducing. It's basically an aphrodisiac, right? And I think they actually used to put this stuff in those stores back in the day, like actually to use as an aphrodisiac, because it's so good at this. Like, it may even be patented one day, because I'm serious. When I was on that shit, I felt so great. I could talk to anybody. I could go to any girl and chop it up. I could be like the fucking man, the Chad. But, like, I'm serious. Like, this shit was really interesting. If you guys never tried it, I would honestly try it. I don't know what you guys are waiting for if you got access. Me being in the States and having access to that is honestly God tier. I've really got to snag me a little bit of that 5-MeO-MIPT, and I will do a video demonstrating the effects. So leave it down in the comments and leave a like and subscribe if you guys want to see that. We just got a little sidetracked. Hold up. I'm sorry, but I'm such a fanatic. I'm such a fan of MIPT. It is the most favorite psychedelic RC I have done. So yeah, please try it if you've never have. Anyways, FXE gets a fucking 9 out of 10 for me. Sometimes I think I had to take a little more of that shit just to feel it. But honestly, FXE was the best in terms of effects similar to ketamine, but like you know, a little more euphoric and energizing. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. It's a little more of a headspace to it too. It's a little more psychedelic, if I remember correctly. It was pretty dissociating in the mental. You could feel it in your like frontal lobe and shit. I don't know. Basically, try it. You know, you're gonna have to try to find out. FXE gets the thumbs up from me, and yeah. So link down in the description for the harm reduction Discord server that I have. Let's stay tuned, stay high, stay lifted. Let's stay tuned, you know, for some experimental RC videos coming out in the future. Leave it down in the comments if you guys want me to try some stuff live. And I think most importantly, I'm going to do it on Kick, but I'm going to, you know, use YouTube to leverage that. So please subscribe to my Kick. It is in my community tab, the link to it. If you guys want to see me smoking anything live, like honestly doing anything live, please join. Leave it down in the description if you're interested in me doing that. Now, stay high, stay lifted, and see you guys in the next one.